What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about day number 11 in the free-to-play series. This is my main account. We're working our way up the account levels, currently at account level 57, and the last 24 hours has been interesting. I've gotten to the point where you'll notice that not much has changed in terms of the overall color of the equipment. The gear scores have started to go up a little bit. We're getting really close to getting Vader to gear level 7, but unfortunately it's taking a little bit too much time. It's taking a little bit too how do I put this? It's taking a lot more effort than I thought it would be to actually get to this point. But it is what it is. Stick around, because at the end of this video I think I'm going to give 2 tips as to how you could improve this and make it a little bit more easier for anyone who's starting the game and not at this point. But let's have a quick look around the account. Ezra looking really good, starting to work our way towards that 7 stars. We are 2 tokens away, or 2 bits of gear away from getting him to gear 7 as well. And we're just needing a couple of these rarer components, these purple components, to get things to work. Unfortunately, we're just not quite there yet. Hera and Zeb, same thing. In fact, I would say it's probably the same thing for the first 2 rows. These are my 2 main teams. It's just getting to that point where we just need to get those harder to get items. Big thing that I need to work on, especially with the Dark Side team, as you can see, Stormtrooper and Dark Trooper only 3 stars. Moff Gideon only 4 stars, which is not so bad, but Stormtrooper and Dark Trooper really need a little bit of work. I'm actually thinking of potentially swapping out maybe one of the, probably Dark Trooper, to put in the TIE Fighter pilot at this point. I'm not really sure, but they are a little bit of the weakest link at the moment. So as soon as I get some more time to go through them, I'm probably going to start looking at leveling them up. The only problem is, at the moment, is the only way to get these guys is either through Cantina energy or through the hard fights. So as you can see here, Stormtrooper is a Cantina one, but he sort of conflicts with its Chopper. So Chopper at the moment is really close to 5 stars, and I would like to try and get him there. I actually think it might be better off to try and just get him through these tickets rather than waste the 400 Cantina things to try and get 10. The reason being is, once I get Chopper to 5 stars, I can go across and go for Emperor Palpatine, and I'll have not a really good chance, but at least have a chance to fight him, and that will get me Emperor Palpatine on the team, which will be the first sort of, I would say, like, major step on the account. I suppose you could say a 7-star unit is a major step as well, but I would actually argue it's probably more like a full set of 7-star units making a full team. But still, both of which are pretty significant. But that might be the option, is to just get Chopper those last 5 shards that he needs through that. But Dark Trooper's in a little bit more of a pickle. He's only available in hard side battles. I don't really want to spend my gems to level him up this way. I feel like it's a bit of a waste of gems. And if you have a look here, nothing else, no other options for him in order to unlock, at least at the moment. Maybe it will change with fleet battles, but fleet battles, I would say, are still several days away. And that being is, I'm only 57, I need to be level 60. And these objectives, these take a little bit of time. I could probably get this one done by just fighting Ewoks, but it's sort of wasting my energy to just push the level and not get anything out of it except for more energy. Refresh 360 Cantina energy. This one popped up the other day. I've sort of missed it each and every time because it's been active when I'm not playing it. It's a bit of a nuisance, but we will get it eventually. This one we're really close to, but you can see here it doesn't offer any experience for the account, so that's not very good. Same thing with this one, no experience to the account, and this one here, no experience to the account. But I need to do a pit raid, which is a guild event. I actually put the message out to my guildies to see if they can assist, and the next time we do a run, if we could do the pit run, but we're sort of stuck at the moment until then. And I don't really think there's too much more at the moment. I think this is where we're sort of stuck. It's just that matter of understanding that it's going to take a little bit more time to unlock these things that we require if we have a look over here, I haven't really unlocked anything new over the last 24 hours. Oh, have a look. I can level up my, or promote my snowtrooper. I'm going to do that just for fun. So I actually got this guy. I got the shards needed from one of those free bronzium pools. So that's cool. We got a little bit of a freebie right there, and a little boost, tiny little boost in power. So yeah, there really hasn't been that much on the account. You'll notice that all of my characters that I'm not using are like level 5 or something. Just thought I'd throw a couple of levels on them, just because I really wasn't leveling up my main team at the moment. And I want to just slowly keep creeping up my galactic power. But I haven't done it again since, so it's sort of not urgent. And I think that's about it. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to go into some tips that I want to give if I was to do this again based on where I am. And the first tip I think is really important. So tip number 1 is to understand that in order to unlock everything that you need in order to like level up your units, make them as strong as possible, you really need a team of light side heroes and dark side heroes. You really need a team that is going to suit you and is really going to make things easier for you in the long run. That is something that I worked specifically on with light side first, and then dark side. I spent a lot of time getting the Phoenix squad up and running, and then I've spent a lot of time over the last 11 days leveling them up and making them as strong as I can, so that way they can go into PvP, they can do the Galactic War, and they can pretty much carry me all the way through that. That being said, I obviously have a team that is available for getting through everything. You can see here, like, we're sort of struggling at the moment. We do have a team that we can use to get through both sides of the content, but we are hitting those upper walls, which is just slowing us down a little bit. So make sure you understand which characters you're going to use really early on, and stick with them and level them up, and just keep pushing as much as you can to try and get them leveled up. Which leads on to tip number 2. As much as you'll have synergy working with one team and you'll understand how things work, and you're really pushing to try and get things to work even better. So there's a defeat, unfortunately. But what we're really going to try and do is we really want to make sure that you're leveling up your heroes equally. I'm going to come back to here just for a moment just to show you. So if you have a look here, my light side heroes, like 7200 power, 5500 power, 4300 power, 4200 power. We go to Chopper, 3600 power. So Chopper is quite a ways behind. But let's go to Darth Vader. If you have a look here, 4100 power, 3900 power for Tarkin. And then we go past Chopper, 2800 power, 2700 power, and 2300 power. You really want to try, if you can, to level up your characters evenly. I've made this mistake now, and obviously I have to try and amend it. It's not a massive deal. As I said before, Stormtrooper and Dark Trooper are a little bit harder to get, so I have to obviously take a little bit of time to try and get those guys going. But just doing that while playing the game, I think, would have made my life a lot easier. I wouldn't have to try and stress as much to try and get what I need done. Now I'm sort of stuck where I'm like, oh, I don't have anything to do except for like catch up these characters so that I could maybe get further into the actual fights and all that sort of stuff. I suppose, if anything, it sort of teaches you that, especially while you're building your 2 initial teams, like having that ability to cover both sides equally sort of makes the level curve a little bit nicer rather than shooting straight up too soon. But also, in terms of the longevity of it, it means that you have more people working towards the same goal at the same time, meaning, yes, it will take you longer to get there, but when you do eventually get there, you know that you'll be able to just keep casually pushing forward rather than getting stuck. So I wouldn't say I'm heavily stuck, but I am definitely feeling now that I really need to focus on my dark side team to get those items that I need to be able to get my characters to rank 7. So the first point of call is actually going to be to try and get my dark side heroes up. I'm actually probably going to try and get them into gear sets level 7 first if possible, or at least star rank up, specifically Stormtrooper and Dark Trooper, who are falling behind. Darth Vader's stuck a little bit because he is a achievement character. I don't think you can get shards for him anywhere else. Tarkin you can get in one of the shops, which is good. Same thing with Gideon, I believe he is also in one of the shops, so there is something to work on there. But it's more or less now about trying to divert away from the light side heroes, my Phoenix team, and now I think more so trying to set up my dark side team a little bit more. At least that way I can get myself going and just feel like I've got a little bit more behind me. In saying that, though, the reason why I'm working Chopper, as I said before, that's going to help me to get a better dark side hero, and that might actually help me in the long run as well, or at least even perhaps immediately. I don't know what star level Emperor Palpatine comes in at, but I have to imagine, considering how much it takes to unlock him, it'd probably have to be at least a 5 or a 6 star unit. I would probably say more so towards a 5-star unit. So those are my 2 tips. First one, establish your teams. Like get them sorted, understand who you're using. And the second thing is spread your leveling up reasonably. If you find that you need to do something more on one side, yeah, you could favor them a little bit more, but then try to balance it out with the other side as well. Otherwise, you get to where I'm at, where we're lopsided a little bit, and the dark side team, unfortunately, is just falling behind. But it's not, again, I personally feel like it's not too bad on my end, but I feel like it could be a lot worse for some other people as well. So just keep that in mind. A free sort of 2.5 or half tip, I suppose, is to just understand that whatever you are doing, it's going to take time. You can't rush these things. I actually did one thing today that I hadn't done recently, and that was I used some of my crystals to buy some energy just on the free refreshes. I didn't spend any of my own money. It's all coming from what I've earned in the account. It's all just from just tapping up here at the energy and using a ticket or buying a ticket. So you can see here, it's now going to cost me 100 gems to get it. I did it 3 times because I wanted to try and push my characters even more. So being realistic with your resources and understanding the time that it takes to get this far will do you a lot of good in the long run. And if you have a look here, we can now finally promote Chopper to 5 stars. I'm hoping to get at least 4,500 power. I feel like I'm dreaming though. Let's have a look. 4,100 power. Not the worst thing in the world. Look at that. Finished a quest. No experience whatsoever. I actually wonder if that item's useful for us, and it's not at all. Well, okay, that's a bit of a bummer. But that puts us now in a really good position. I'm actually going to see if we can cheese this fight. Let's do it once. We're going to see if we can cheese this fight. So from here, we need 6,300 power on each character to get this done, and our lowest is 4,108. So let's see if we can do it. I don't think we're going to be able to, but we're going to try. I never thought I'd try this in one of my daily updates, but we're going to do it anyway. I love the little intros for these, by the way. It's really cool. So, yeah, everything's going according to your designs. And he stuns us. That's a pretty heavy hit. Let's see. If we use this one, removes all buffs on enemy target. No, we're going to attack here. So, what I'm thinking to do is I'm going to start applying this here. Wipe out the debuff there. And then from here, all of these characters are buffed. So I'm going to take the buff off of him. And I'm going to attack him with my strongest character is Kanan. I know Kanan's a tank, so I can't really expect too much from him. But we're just going to keep trying to push as hard as we can. Because we've debuffed Palpatine, we should be able to attack him fairly heavily without worrying too much about the Royal Guards. The Royal Guards aren't very strong, but they can pull aggro, or they can put a taunt up, and that will make things a little bit more difficult for both of us, or for all of us. So we want to just make sure we understand just what we're working with. The other thing as well is that my units are shielded at the moment, so I want to try and make sure that my units are strong and have that shield at the time of every attack. You'll notice I won't use Ezra's second ability, and the only reason being is because that ability is going to be used here. You can see how Royal Guard has got a shield up, or he's got a target ability where it's like aggroed to him. Now Emperor Palpatine is quite weak, and we're going to go in and going to see if we can get the kill. So from here, oh, he stunned Ezra, not the best. So from here, we need to take aggro away from the main team. We're going to keep trying to push through. Okay, yep, he's focused. Do we need to keep Kanan alive at the moment? I think we're okay. He's stunned. He's going for everyone. Oh, he's put a full stun on the team. Not good, not good. And he's got most of his life back. Oh, I don't think this is going to go our way, unfortunately. It was looking good. It was looking good. I thought we had it for a moment there. Maybe it'd be a little bit more around the idea of trying to focus the Royal Guards, try and get that buff off. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to get there today. What can we do? Let's just try and finish this up. I don't think we're going to have a clean run. We can try and bring down the Royal Guard as much as possible. We're getting shocked again. Not good. Those are some heavy attacks. We're going to try and keep Ezra alive with backup plan. And he's dead. Oh, he's back. And he's dead again. This is definitely a bust. So perhaps the skill next time, or the way I would do this next time, is to make sure we take down the Royal Guards first. That way he can't get that health buff on there, because that was a massive amount of damage that came towards him and bringing his life back. But that's just the way it is. I feel like it can be done much sooner than 6100 power. But unfortunately, it just wasn't the case at the moment. But we'll get him. We'll get him next time. With that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share it around with people. Leave a comment down below and I'll answer you. And yeah, I'm trying to work towards 10 subscribers. Let's see if we can get it done. I'll see you in the next video. You take it easy. See ya.